weekly rotation time. It is the 24th of September, and just like that, September is almost nearly gone. Definitely getting quicker the closer we get to the end of the year. Let's get straight into it. On Monday, I started the week with old faithful Chanel Egoist. I'll talk about this all the time, and it's going to actually be mentioned in another video that I'm working on. And a perfume later in the day, which was totally appropriate for the weather we've been having. FYI, the weather this week has been nothing short of beautiful for spring in Melbourne. Normally spring is not that great, but we've had some sunny, warmer than expected weather, and I took an opportunity to wear one of my favourite fougères. This is on a very actual ferny green side and quite mossy in the dry down. I also get a beautiful floral heart in the development of this perfume. In case I didn't mention it, this is Patrick from Fragrances of Ireland. Carnation. It's spicy, it's green, spicy, and then mossy. They're the three stages of development for Patrick. On Tuesday, I started the morning with another rose like Egoist or rose forward perfume. This is slightly different. Encens Mythique by Guerlain. The ambergris in here is stunning to me, the way it plays with the rose and the aldehydic qualities of this perfume. But it can be not for everyone. I've mentioned this before. Some people I know just really do not like this perfume, but I absolutely love it. And then more warm weather, and followed up with Azimor Les Oranges by Parfum d'Empire. Again, realistic, photorealistic orange. I'm talking about not just the juice, the rind, the zest, the orange twigs from the tree. And then what I really love about this perfume is the dry down mix, because it's such a beautiful ashy moss. And when I say ashy, like it's moss that really reminds me of, I guess it might not be a great smell for some people, but ashtrays, that kind of dusty, burnt quality that they have. Two classics for my Wednesday, Lagerfeld classic, in fact. In case you're watching this and didn't know, because I've mentioned it so many times, this is actually the first, not this particular bottle, but this was the first perfume that I ever owned. And then Habit Rouge, probably top 5 all time for me. This is the Eau de Toilette. The following day, I actually followed up, and I'm glad I did this because it felt good to do a back-to-back comparison. But after wearing Habit Rouge the previous day, I wore Habit Rouge Rouge Privé, this new 2023 release, obviously a flanker to Habit Rouge. But I really did notice after wearing the original the previous day, the differences really stood out a lot more with this one on the following day, particularly the fact that it is more leathery to me, and the iris note sticks out a lot more in the Rouge Privé. And also it definitely feels less diffusive than the Habit Rouge EDT. This one is more compact and slightly dusty. In the afternoon, again, warm weather, I am slowly getting through my travel spray of Maison Francis Kurkdjian's A Pomme pour Homme. Orange blossom. I used to think this was the best orange blossom note I've ever smelled in perfume, and it's probably still up there, but I think I've gotten to the point with this particular one where it has just become a bit too. I just found wearing this on the first day, it did get a little bit cloying. It's not for very, very high heat, and it wasn't that hot, but it was interesting that I found it, like, for the first time, really sort of felt almost uncomfortable to wear. Now, I'm pretty sure this has been discontinued by MFK. I thought it was pretty popular, but obviously they do have a habit of discontinuing perfumes that obviously don't sell very well, perhaps, like some of my other favorites. But A Pomme pour Homme, I'll probably finish this later in the summer. On Friday, I wore another rose. It's kind of been a little bit of a rose-themed week in a way. This is The Afternoon of a Fawn by État Libre d'Orange. This also has Immortelle, some spices, namely I get a peppery sort of spice. I can't pinpoint exactly what it is. And there's also some herbal mossiness that runs through it as well. People describe this as a chypre, but it's not a very traditional chypre. It's a very modern one. It's quite unique and quite beautiful, but I wouldn't say this is a perfume that everyone would love. And it's always usually because of that Immortelle note. But something that, in terms of vetiver, I always love wearing. Later that day, I went with Guerlain vetiver. Yesterday, being Saturday, was a Dior day. I started off with an 80s Dior classic, Fahrenheit, EDT. And then I went with a 60s Dior classic, Eau Sauvage, Eau de Toilette. Obviously, this is not a 1960s bottle. It's a very modern, I think this one's a 2020 batch. Still smells fantastic. If a little bit soft, but I can't imagine that Eau Sauvage was ever a big, long-lasting, strong projector. Today, I made some more inroads into New York Intense. It's nearly gone. Have a few more wears. I won't be replacing this as much as I enjoy it. I don't feel like I'm going to miss it very much. And to finish off the day, my little sample of Healy's Zest de Gingembre. Gingembre. It's been another warm day today. It's been beautiful today, actually, and I've spent a bit of time outside. So I'm just going to refresh myself with a bit of citrusy ginger. This is really good. It's not, I mean, I can smell the ginger, which I like, but it is sort of equal parts citrus and ginger. Oh yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. James Healy, I really enjoy the fresher scents that he's got in his line, more so than the sort of darker, cooler season ones. So Montfresh and Celle Marin, Zest de Gingembre. I haven't tried Note de Ouzo. I like Cologne Officinal. So he has a way with the lighter stuff. That is my week in perfume. I hope you enjoyed this rotation. I will see you soon for another video. Bye.